Hi guys, XYZ, and back with the Resistance series, and this time around going for Resistance 2, and in my opinion, I would say maybe Resistance 2 is my favorite of the entire series itself. And granted, this was also one of the first games that kind of was introduced in as part of the trophy system. Yeah, if you remember, back when the PS3 started, there was no trophies. The trophy system hadn't started back then. It wasn't until like around the fall of 2008 that's when they started implementing the trophy system. So really, most games before that time period, yeah, most of the games that came out before the fall of 2008 didn't have trophies. So I don't know, games like Call of Duty 4, Resistance: Fall of Man. Spider-Man 3. I mean, there are quite a few games that didn't have trophies. Granted, some games did go back to patch them through, but very little did. But Resistance 2 was one of the first games that started with the trophy system. And actually, I believe Resistance 2 was also the first game I played that actually had trophies. Thinking about it, I think it was actually the first game I ever platinumed. So, it's kind of a little bit of sentimental value for me. Alright, so... kind of like usual, I'm gonna be going through the campaign. Go through options real quick. Yeah, so you can customize controls, well, more than you could in the first game. And granted, you have up to 4 custom presets you can do. I think I did one of them. I think one of them I just made it kind of similar to Resistance: Fall of Man controls, somewhat. Somewhat, I guess. But I kind of like the controls a little bit here better than Resistance: Fall of Man. Functionality of the left stick, look sensitivity, invert up and down. I'm not gonna do that. I think look sensitivity, I might just up it a little bit. Of course, yeah, of course, change a little bit also with multiplayer and. Well, actually, I mean, it's not gonna matter too much considering, again, the online servers are no longer around, so multiplayer is pretty useless. and actually, even worse is the fact there's no local multiplayer here, so basically have a dead menu. Because I mean, that was kind of the interesting thing about this game is it was split into campaign, co-op, and competitive. Yeah, well, campaign, standard normal campaign. You got co-op, which play differently compared to Fall of Man, where here you got co-op specific missions, and you're basically joining up in a party of 8 to complete various objectives, which it was quite fun, actually. It was quite fun. I did like it. And of course, got multiplayer, you know, going through like standard stuff like deathmatch, team deathmatch. You had like core control, which was kind of like capture the flag. Yeah, and you have skirmish, which is kind of doing various objectives in the multiplayer map type settings. It was quite fun. And actually even up the count for multiplayer as well. If I remember, they upped it to 60 players for a single lobby. Which again, nowadays is not too impressive, but I mean back then it was quite a big deal. I mean, spent endless hours doing multiplayer in this game, but I mean, like I said, there's no more servers, so and like I said, since there's no local multiplayer, the entire sub menu for multiplayer is completely worthless. I mean, the only thing I can do at this point would be just customizing my loadout. That's really it. Ooh, got the cat here. I can still technically do. You can still technically do co-op. Unfortunately, it would just be split screen with you and a second player, because you can't actually have a second player join the game and do co-op. But it's not really fun to just do co-op with just 2 people. I don't know. It's more better if there was more than just two, but I guess it's better than nothing. Other visuals. It's fine. Connect PSP. Yeah, so if you had a copy of Resistance Retribution on the PSP, you can connect it. You can connect the game onto the PS3 and select this option to connect PSP. And what it does is it will infect your PSP, which basically what that means is it will unlock the infected campaign in Retribution, which well, I mean, for the most part, it plays exactly the same. It's just in Retribution, the main character James Grayson is infected with the Chimera virus, so yeah, he basically has regenerating health, and also dialogue changes a little bit between the characters, and you know he's also able to breathe underwater indefinitely, and also there are some intel that are specific towards the infected campaign. I mean, I do have the game. It's a pretty good one. Not bad for the PSP. And unfortunately, as there as well, no more online servers, so I can't do multiplayer on Retribution as well, which is also bad. But I mean, it's a fun game though. I mean, it kind of goes into the third-person over-the-shoulder style, and I believe it takes place just months after the first game. I think it takes place just a few months after the first Resistance. Still takes place in Europe though, so yeah, you still meet Parker and Cartwright, and it actually is even narrated the same way as well. Community. Whilst I've done this, Supreme Commander. I got up to Supreme Commander. Of course, it's all online, so I can't even see. I got all the trophies. Got the red. Okay. So I mean, for the most part, you can just see your stats between. Well, I guess just campaign. I guess. Got your rewards, ads, clan, can't do that, and can't do leaderboards either. Okay. Well, that's kind of lame, really. You can't do much. I didn't do superhero. Oh, well, okay. Actually, I had done superhero before, but that was before on my old PS3 console. And as I said before, I was stupid enough not to back up any of my saves. Unfortunately, I still kept the trophies, but I had to redo the campaign essentially just to unlock Superhuman, which I still haven't done. Yeah, I can't. Can I create games? No, I can't even do that. Like, the only thing I can do is just customize, and that's it. That's all I can do here in multiplayer or competitive. Which was kind of unique, I do admit that. I mean, you could... It's pretty bare bones when it comes to customization. I mean, you can create... I mean, be able to select your main weapon, select your berserk, which are kind of like... I say kind of like score streaks, like in Call of Duty, in a weird way. Like, once you got enough points, you get to unleash certain type of abilities or weapons or skills, something like that. Got your body type. You got a lot of different heads. Didn't have too many. Got your... They got arm accessories. Or just any accessory, really. And of course I got the Clank backpack as well. Yeah, actually weirdly, yeah, I think multiplayer only went up to 30. For competitive, I think it only goes up to 30. I find a bit weird about that. And of course, same thing on the Chimera inside, you can actually customize your own Chimera. Which at least that's the first, you know, being able to customize that. Yeah, but I mean that's all I can really do at this point. Then same thing with the co-op. I mean, at least with co-op you can still technically play. It's either going to be solo or it's either going to be you know, competitive or you know, 2 players with split screen. But nothing really too great. Hey, of course, it's also broken up into different classes too. You got the soldier class, which it's usually equipped with more health. It has pretty much more health and more deadly weapons, but at the same time, it's kind of on the slow side. Then you got your special ops, which has the least amount of health, but is able to provide ammo. I mean, it's able to provide ammo and other munitions to your allies. And then you also have your medic, which is able to heal allies for the most part. There's no, they had to break it up somewhere, so the medic is able to heal allies. But I guess for all intents and purposes, I'm just gonna go straight to campaign. I guess just go to a new game. Oh yeah, they also added an arcade function to this, which pretty much what it just does is it makes like a scoring system for the most part, like an actual arcade style. But I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna just stick to normal for right now. There's a small recap of what happened in the first game. Actually, this cinematic here takes place at the ending credits of the first game. If you remember at the end of the first game.
I apologize for the sedative, but until we know how far along you are, we have to consider you a threat. I'm Major Richard Blake. Director of Advanced Tactical Ops at SERPA.
Where are you taking me?
SERPA Research Facility in Iceland. Survivors of Project Abraham undergo mandatory testing before entering the mainland. It's just protocol, Sergeant. Answers will come in due time.
Talks about Project Abraham. This is still 1951, so this is just shortly after they recover Hale.
We have a Goliath approaching from the east. We need all available ground units on that target.
That's a no-go, Major. We have multiple breach points. All remaining personnel are standing guard over Daedalus.
Damn it. Hale, take this and follow me. We have to find a way inside the base.
Alright. So, yeah, so right now, this is technically considered the prologue. It just takes place just shortly right after the Sentinels picked up Hale. Of course, it talks about Project Abraham. I guess, I mean, honestly, I don't know too much about Project Abraham, and unfortunately, that kind of leads to the other thing where you kind of need to have read up, because there are actually a couple of novels for Resistance, and I believe it was a comic series for Resistance too. I think there was. But I know there were a couple of novels, one of them being Resistance: The Gathering Storm, which takes place right after the first game and leads into the 4-year gap that leads into Resistance 2. And then, of course, there's actually a second game, or second novel, Resistance, I think it was like Resistance: A Hole in the Sky, which takes place shortly before the events of Resistance 3, but fortunately, I never read any of them. And of course, it talks a lot about the Sentinels, talks a lot about Hale, Project Abraham. I'm pretty sure it does. I mean, the only thing I can think of with Project Abraham is it was a way to have soldiers infected with the Chimera virus. You know, creating a soldiers through the use of the Chimera virus being stabilized through it. So something like that. I mean, that's the best I can really come up with it. So we got some bonus stuff here. Got character art, concept arts. Got motion blur. Control the amount of motion blur. How much motion blur? It's actually off by default, but I don't know. I mean, for a cinematic game, I would say maybe turn it on, I guess. Vehicle weapon concept art. You got depth of fields. What does high mean? What does that mean? More than 60? I mean, I don't even know how much of a depth of field I have right now. Level concept art, screen tinting. Actually, I probably shouldn't have done that. K-mode, mirror levels, super hybrid weapons, rearmed hybrids with more powerful weapons, and superhuman difficulty. I probably should have done that. Yeah, fortunately that option is broken. Woo, alright. Note to self, don't use screen tint unless you really mean to. I don't really use the cheats that much. Yes, I know the network is down, alright? You're gonna have to tell me.
all available ground.
I could try motion blur. I don't know how that's gonna look. Oh god, no.
That's a no-go, Major. We have multiple
Yep, never mind. Never mind. Screw it, turn it off. It looks like I'm drunk.
breach points. All remaining personnel are standing guard over Daedalus.
Damn it. Hale, take this and follow me. We have to find a way inside the base.
Not sure about depth of field either. Okay. Whatever. So, control-wise, X to jump, square to reload, circles for grenades, if I had any. Triangle is now to switch weapons instead of melee. Or actually, R3 is now to melee. L1 is to... I wouldn't quite say aiming down the sight, it's more like... I would say it's more like tightening your reticle. I mean, you are aiming a little bit better. You're zooming in, but you're aiming better. Compared to Resistance Fall of Man, where you're basically just zooming in. You weren't any more accurate, but you were just zooming in. Here you actually are tightening the reticle. Let's see. R wants to fire. R2 is for your alternate fire. And then L2 is for crouching and sprinting. Yeah, you're used to it. Just up and down for your grenades. I don't think left does anything. Right just turns on your flashlight. Actually, I think the game also kind of gives me intel too, doesn't it? Or yeah, but that's something in the HE-44 Magnum, created by Serpa. Essentially, it's a revolver that shoots explosive rounds, or it shoots off rounds, and you can detonate the explosive rounds. It's not bad. Actually, weirdly, it's more powerful in Retribution than it is in this game for some weird reason, even though it's the same gun.
We're blocked in here. We have to clear a path. You know how to use that Magnum? All our weapons have a secondary function. A little tactical lesson we learned from the Chimera. In the Magnum's case, it's got remote detonating glycerin rounds. Try it. Fire a shot into that propane tank. Good. The secondary fire is right beneath the trigger. Use that to detonate the rounds. You have to slow down that Goliath. Grab the Lark. At this range, it should be able to take out the rear exhaust ports.
And the good old Lark.
Nice shot. Come in. The Goliath is damaged. Get Captain team out here with demo kits. Hale, we gotta keep moving. If it locks under our position, it'll... Shit! It's on us! Move! Let's go!
Yeah, I'm glad they brought the Lark back. Granted, unfortunately, it's kind of been slightly nerfed compared to the first game.
Grab the bullseye off that hybrid.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Lark has been nerfed in this game a little bit, so you can't do the mini missiles shooting off of the main missile. Well, actually, they took away the brake function. I don't know why they did that. Granted, I hardly ever use the brake function, but yeah, it was a good way to set up explosive traps. But I guess it just functions as a plain rocket launcher, but it still shoots like the mini shredders as well. At least that's what I think was. Yeah, just sets off. Okay. Got the Bullseye Mark II. Yeah, so a lot of the main weapons here have been upgraded. So we got the Bullseye Mark II, which pretty much does exactly the same thing here. It functions the same way as the original Bullseye. It's just a different looking Bullseye, different design. So unfortunately, I don't get 70 rounds in the chamber, though. I only got 35. And now I actually say it's probably less accurate compared to the... I would actually say it's less accurate compared to the first game. But, I mean, I think the tagging function is a little bit better, though. Well, actually, maybe I say it's about the same accuracy. Maybe a little bit better, actually. Yeah, my good old carbine. Yeah, it functions like the other game. Granted, I only get 2 rounds, 2 grenade rounds instead of 3. I think Blake is stuck.
Stay close and watch your back. Now that the wall's down, they can flood in any second. Over here.
Being able to sprint is nice.
Major, we've lost Lima team. Repeat, Lima is down. We have a breach point at the east wing.
Damn it. Hale, find some cover. We've got heavy incoming.
Hey, at least for the most part, the the Chimera are not bullet sponges, so it's not like I have to waste a whole clip to take down one enemy. I think the game here is a little bit easier, in my opinion. But maybe that's also the fact that I don't even have a health bar anymore.
Send ground teams to barricade the breach.
Copy that, Major.
Command, we're in the detention wing and are en route to Daedalus. Have a station chief standing by with the kill code.
Sir, we've recalled all personnel from that sector. If we evac now, the Airhawks can take them out.
Give me that damn code or find me someone who can.
Yes, Major.
Yeah, so I mean, this is kind of playing a little bit like a Call of Duty game where you have regenerating health. You're able to you can't have all the weapons equipped. Unfortunately, you're only able to take 2 weapons at a time. It's kind of a downer, but I guess it's better than having all the weapons than... I guess in a way it's a little bit better than having every weapon and not having enough ammo for every weapon.
I'll get the door. Cover me.
Sir, we've located Dr. Malikov. He's on the northwest tarmac awaiting evac.
Keep that bird grounded until I get the code. Have him radio me on this channel.
Oof. Alright, get back.
Nice work, Sergeant. Let's move. This is it. We found it.
Sir, I've got Dr. Malikov. Patching him through now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Get away.
Major, I'm afraid there is a problem. Code can be exited from the location without deactivating the perimeter shield. Fine, just do it. You understand, the containment shield
shielding will be lowered.
Do it!
Now enter Alpha
Ooh.
Echo
Cat, what are you doing?
7 Echo 4 9.
Oh god. Oh.
They are calling to us. Can you hear them? It is beautiful.
Daedalus.
All units, this is Blake. We have a code black. Daedalus has escaped. Airhawks divert all ordnance to South Wing grids A-13. Repeat, South Wing is now the primary target. All ground units, seal the South Wing exits. Follow me, Sergeant.
Again, you kind of have to read up a little bit more on the Gathering Storm to find out who Daedalus is. The only thing I know is he was a human at one point. I think his name was Jordan Shepard, and I guess he got infected by the virus, and because of his, I think because of his past experiments or something on him, like I think because of past experiments or radiation or something like that, he ended up morphing into becoming an angel, essentially, one of the angels, like in the first game. Got to the point where he's almost like a part of the Chimera, trying to bring about it.
The Goliath is still active. Put me through to the Kappa CO.
We can't locate him, sir. He's either out of range or KIA.
Hale, pick up that RPG. We won't have a shot much longer. Wait for him to
Love how they called it RPG.
target the exhaust ports.
Come on.
Nice shot. I think you pissed him off. Stay close. We need to stick together. Come on, let's move.
Oh, okay. I ran the wrong way.
Command, the Goliath is still active. Put me through to the Kappa CO.
We can't locate him, sir. He's either out of range or KIA.
Wait for him to turn away from us, then target the exhaust ports.
But I just missed or what?
Nice shot. I think you pissed him off. Stay close. We need to stick together. Come on, let's move.
I'm running.
Hale, we gotta go. The airfield's on the other side of this gorge.
Major, this is Malikov. The soldiers outside the south wing have been killed. I am afraid it is likely that Daedalus escaped.
Copy that. We'll begin an aerial search when the evac is complete. Get your plane gassed up and ready for takeoff.
Of course, Dr. Malikov is kind of the one in charge of Project Abraham as well. So unfortunately, I kind of wish I would have read the book. I probably would have gotten some more backstory as to the events here. 'Cause, I mean, right now it just feels like I'm just missing a good chunk of the story.
Nice shot.
Well, you know, who knew taking out a Goliath would be that easy? I just took a few shots from the Lark.
You have the shot. Take it.
little bit late there, Blake.
All SERPA personnel have been evacuated. We are ready for takeoff, Major. Major, we've got hostiles! Everyone on the plane! Runway is clear. We are go for takeoff.
Malakoff was just saying how lucky we are that you survived London.
So, where are we headed?
SERPA 3. It's a facility near San Francisco. Malakoff's got to run some tests on you, and you'll join the others.
Others?
The Sentinels.
Ray. Yeah, so this game's kind of
complete. Still no change on the EEG.
2 years later.
Okay,
Okay, it was 2 years later, not 4 years.
Yes, Doctor.
Close enough.
They're not binding to
It's been a while since I played this game, alright?
Give him 10 milligrams adrenaline. Once his metabolic rate is raised, the virus will multiply exponentially. He'll be dead in 19 hours, or worse. He'll end up like Shepard. I do not know that. Nothing has gone as expected with this one. He may surprise us. Now, wake him up, Doctor.
Oh, it's so bright.
Inform Sentinel Team Echo. I'll finish up here. Lieutenant Hale, you'll be pleased to know the operation was a success.
Lieutenant, the Major expects us in TACCOM. Is he clear, Doctor?
Yes, Sergeant. Nathan, whatever happens, you must come back for your inhibitor treatment. Do you understand?
Yes, Doctor.
In order to maintain the Chimeran virus within him.
This way, sir. Hawthorne and Capelli are fighting off a breach in B level, but Blake wants us down in TACCOM. It's a condition black.
I don't know if it actually ever explains it, but anyway. Yeah, so all the this entire game is broken up into individual chapters, and unlike the first game where it was chapters, it were levels within the chapters. It's just one long chapter. I'd say HD 6 is somewhere between 20 to 30 minutes to complete. It's something like around those lines. It doesn't really tell me much, does it? Of course, you get your dossier for other people here. Joseph Evan Capelli. Okay, it's kind of his little backstory here. Survivor, Project Abraham. Subject has responded favorably to stage 4 inhibitors. However, psychological profile suggests severe emotional instability. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Sole Survivor Operation. Yes. Demoted from Sergeant to Corporal November 10th, 1952, and sentenced to 3 months inactive status. Okay. So I say Capelli is more of a loose cannon than anything else. And my own stuff. Nathan Hale. Name of SERPA, July 14, 1951. Actually, I don't even think any of the members know that he's even still alive. Because I think at the end of the first game, Rachel Parker still believes... She believes he's still alive, but she doesn't know that he is still alive. Survival Project Abraham. Subjects respond favorably to stage 7 inhibitors. However, cellular receptors are beginning to combat serum effectiveness at a lower rate. It kind of seems like, well, granted, Hale's been infected by the virus probably for quite a long time at this point, so I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Aaron Lloyd Hawthorne. 1952, stage 4 inhibitors proved successful. Most unlikely to accelerate viral mutation. Stage 5 inhibitors, okay. Let's kind of get an idea here. Benjamin Philip Warner. 1951 recruited Sentinel. Subjects favorable to stage 2 inhibitors, however, has since volunteered for clinical testing for stronger stages. Okay. That of which resulted in cardiac arrest due to improper antigen incubation. Okay. Bronze Star of Christian Iron Hand. Just kind of get a little bit of backstory here. So many citations. Attempted to make contact with wife Laura and son Jacob. First warning. Second warning. It seems like Warner's kind of just been abandoning the post quite often. For multiple citations here. Okay. Fraternization with Serpo Medical Practitioner. First and second warning. Alright, alright. I think Capella was on a different case. Conduct unbecoming. Struck Senior Officer Lieutenant Brown during training exercise. Suspended for 2 weeks. Attacked 3 physicians during routine checkup. Suspension commuted per recommendation. Alright.
Get me a visual on Capelli. Verify containment at B level.
We just lost his visual, sir. Corporal, this is command. Do you have containment on B level?
Negative, command. We've reached one of the lower levels, but we haven't located the source.
We read you, Echo 3. Take your team up to the surface and get those batteries up. I'll send Hale to plug the leak. Com 2, get them some support and initiate lockdown. B
Let's
level
get your gear on, Lieutenant.
Hale, you're gonna move up floor by floor and clean them out. We've got enough air to last 2 days if we have to.
There's something outside the glass! Seal the shutters, now! It's a cracker! Hale, find that breach! Everyone out!
Oh, those are cracking. And just leaks everywhere.
Help! Help, I can't hold him! There's something down there! Oh my god, no!
Oh, God.
Command, be advised. We have visual confirmation of Furies in the base. We need echo ranging in all lower decks.
That's a no-go, Lieutenant. Active sonar's been disabled. Recommend you stay out of the water.
Just the way to justify not being in the water. You got Furies. If they get a hold of you, it's instant death.
Critical pressure drop detected at D level. All units evacuate along Route Blue. Emergency containment protocols will commence in 30 seconds.
Sir, we have a breach in submersible station 5. Vidfeed confirms the moon pool doors are open. Hale, if we don't seal that breach, the station will be overrun with Furies. Move to the moon pool. I'll dispatch a team to assist.
Alright. I know it was made bad. I thought the Magnum was a little bit weaker than what I remembered. Maybe that was more the case with multiplayer. I'll go for the carbine for a little bit. Seems like the only grenade I have is just the airfield grenade. Which that's fine, I guess, for right now. Unfortunately, there's no backlash grenade.
Let's hit it. The Major said you could use a little help.
Affirmative, Hawthorne. Let's go.
Hey, Hawthorne. Well, I mean, we kind of have the...
We've got a breach one sector over from the moon pool.
Who do we have over there?
X-ray squad. They're securing intel from the briefing room.
Pull them off. We need them at the breach. Warner, what's your 20?
Closing in now, sir.
Hostile units have breached auxiliary pump room. Repeat. Hostile units have breached auxiliary pump room.
Alright. Well, at least I am part of a team right now, I guess. I mean, Hawthorne's not too bad. He's kind of just the standard team member that... I mean, he's just kind of the standard team member. That's really all he is. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. He's just the standard team member, team player. You got Capelli. Like I said, he's the brute force type guy who's kind of stubborn and hard-headed. And you have Warner, who's kind of the tech smart person. But obviously, he kind of likes to go AWOL sometimes. It's too bad we got 30. Well, we got 30 rounds for the carbine here. I can't get him here.
X-ray team confirms heavy fury infestation. Move out and seal it off.
Copy that. Let's move.
My good old classic Far Eye.
Do you have visual?
Negative. All video feeds are down. You're going in blind.
We go in hot, we'll attract unwanted attention. Move in and keep it quiet.
Copy that. Moving in under command.
Now.
Echo 1, the overrides for the flood locks are in separate control rooms. You'll have to seal both doors.
The good old classic Far Eye. The sniper rifle that can slow down time. In a sense. Okay, again, like, you can't actually slow down time. It just goes into a concentration mode. And again, unfortunately, you can't use that. You can't use that ability in multiplayer. Ugh.
Hale, we need to seal those flood locks.
Ugh, dying. I forgot about that. Hale got promoted to lieutenant now.
Command, blood gates are secure. We have containment in the moon pool.
That's too big to be a Fury.
Not again.
Hawthorne, come in. Has the target been neutralized?
Negative. That's a negative. Target is still active.
Copy that. Head for the main pressure chamber. I'll meet you on A level. Looks like you'll have to reach dry land without us, Lieutenant.
Hale, come in. Video feeds are back online. Have you sealed the breach?
No, negative. We lost the moon pool. Chimera sent in a Kraken.
Understood. I'm issuing an evac order to all lower levels. Head to the med clinic in Sector E and extract Dr. Malikoff. We're abandoning the station.
I got abandoned Serpa.
An evacuation order has been issued to all remaining personnel. Repeat, all personnel evacuate immediately. Rendezvous at checkpoint November.
Sir, we've just lost another Saber.
Echo 5, give me a sit rep.
Capelli here, topside. We got a major problem. Coastal batteries are down and ground teams are scattered all to the east.
Give me numbers, Corporal.
Hundreds. We need support now or they're gonna roll right over us.
We got nothing but dead air from Serpa 5, Corporal. We're on our own.
Alright. Actually, I think this kind of also brings up another intel. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is to Major Richard Blake. Extend my sincere gratitude for your assistance in battling the incursions at Axbridge and Bracknell. Please extend my heartfelt thanks to the members of Spectre team, whose bravery and exemplary skills saved hundreds of British lives. American attack on these locations appeared to represent a more cunning and strategic use of force than we have previously seen. Those facilities had no major military strategic value, but did contain highly sensitive technology and researches, and only point to a larger and more coordinated Chimera plan of attack. Our operations on the continent are making steady progress. We expect to strike inside the Russian wall within 6 months, which I think that was kind of more somewhat the case in Resistance Retribution, I guess. Recon forces captured 2 Cloven near the Russian Belarus border. Cloven cooperation with the Chimera has been increasing in frequencies and sophistication. We'll arrange to transfer Cloven prisoners to Serpa 3 for research under Dr. Malikov at your discretion. Reconnaissance discover 3 more Chimeran ship construction yards on the continent. The locations are too heavily fortified to coordinate an attack at this time. Although we have only sighted 2 aerial battleships thus far, we estimate that they may have as many as 80 under construction. I will continue to keep you advised of any new intelligence we discover. On a more personal note, I received information that there is a man under your command who fought in the Battle of London, your Operation Deliverance, I believe. I have enclosed a separate sealed envelope. I would thank you greatly if you would deliver that to him when you have the opportunity. Kind regards, Colonel Rachel Parker. Yeah, she becomes a well, since she's a colonel, This has to have this letter has to have been written during Retribution because she was a colonel in that game. She was only a captain in Fall of Man. Of course, she was talking about Nathan Hale because, again, she's not 100% certain, but she still believes that Nathan Hale is still alive. But it's almost like Hale's existence is kind of written off the record. Like, officially, he's KIA. Oh, so many.
Easy, Lieutenant. Engaging that drone would be suicide. Hold still. I'll find a way to get you through.
Cameras 3, 6, 7, and 12 are live, sir. We've got them.
Protector drones.
I'm going to use the security feed to guide you through. Now stay low and do exactly as I say. Go left. Move, now. Take cover.
What?
From my mark.
Yeah, these things are suicide. This was those shields, man. Damn shields.
Move, they're behind you.
Ah.
Turn right. There's a grate just ahead. Press up against the side. That should keep you hidden from the drone. Stay under the grate. Hold position. Hold position. Move, now. Go left. See that doorway? That's where you're going. Move straight ahead and up those stairs.
Ooh, close one.
Nice work, Lieutenant. Malakoff should be in the laboratory near C block. I'm severing the TACOM link, so I'll be out of radio contact. See you topside.
Need to get on that platform. Ugh. Pretty close. Pretty close.
Hold your fire! I'm here to get you out, Doctor.
Spasiba, Lieutenant. We'll have to cross through the detention wing. Rotsuba, we must hurry.
Ravager. Oh.
Come, Nathan. There is an elevator to the surface from the research wing.
Woohoo. Alright. Alright. Oh, kind of overdid it. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to tell how much health I really have. The game doesn't really do a good job explaining.
Come, Nathan. There is an elevator to the surface from the research wing.
Regenerate, regenerate.
Research wing is just through this door. Hurry, Lieutenant. Man, that was close. Nathan, do you see the weapon down there? That is a Serper MP-47 pulse cannon. It is our only defense against the Kraken. Wait there. The access panel to that door is up here.
Got my hands on the pulse cannon. It's kind of similar to the Lark in a weird way. I mean, you can shoot like a burst stream of energy.
Nathan, watch out. There are furies in the water.
I mean, it shoots like a laser. It pretty much shoots like a giant plasma shot, I guess, pulse shot. And then the alternate fire kind of goes through like a burst stream, like a wide range burst stream, I guess.
Nathan, the elevator to the surface is up here. It is true.
You gotta move, Doctor. Hail to command. Malakoff and I are topside. Where's my team?
Hawthorne and Warner are trying to secure the anti-aircraft battery, but they're surrounded by hostiles.
Moving in now.
Man, pretty insane. The whole city is under flames.
Command, the battery's taking too much damage. I have to reset the guidance system.
How long until she can lock on?
6 minutes. Maybe less if you can keep these hostiles off me.
I'm sending another squad to your location. Hale, get to that battery now.
I need suppressive fire. How much longer? As long as it takes.
Negative. Focus all remaining batteries on the tail section of that ship.
Oh. I gotta stop going Rambo on this. Oh, God.
Hawthorne, I need suppressive fire. How much longer? As long as it takes.
Sir, we just lost AA Battery 2. Recommend full evac while we still can. Negative. Focus all remaining batteries on the tail section of that ship.
Reloading! Any time, Sarge. I'm working on it. We'll work faster. We got incoming. She has to lock on. If we miss by a cover! Firing! Hit confirmed! Command, we got her! She's limping north away from the base!
Roger that. Nice shooting, Sergeant. Be advised, you've got airborne hostiles closing in fast. Scramble your team and get the hell out of there.
Take cover!
Oh.
Echo team, come in. We're getting you out of there. Clear us an evac route and we'll send a VTOL.
Clear! Move up!
Hey, got the auger. I guess they call it the auger Mark II, I guess. Which, I mean, it pretty much is the same. Pretty much just the same thing as the original auger. It just allows you to shoot radiated blasts that can actually go through solid objects. and of course, the alternate fire creates a shield. Yeah, granted, here it's a lot better. For one thing, the shield does cover a wider range, and I think it is able to deflect other. I think it is able to deflect other auger gunfire. But also, if you manage to like look at the enemies, you can actually see them through walls. which makes it so much easier to use this weapon, as opposed to just relying on like red reticles and stuff like that. Whew.
Target down! Target down!
Yeah, okay. Starting to lose it.
Major, we have a bird gassed up and standing by. Copy that. Echo team, proceed to evac area for extraction.
10-4. We're on our way.
Command, this is Warner. Echo's in place and ready for extraction.
Roger that. Secure the area.
Dr. Malikov, do you require medical?
I'm fine, thank you. Have you retrieved the viral inhibitors?
I'm sorry, sir, there wasn't time. We have orders to transport you to Bryce Canyon.
Those inhibitors are crucial to the Sentinel's survival. I cannot leave without them.
Link up with Capelli and track that ship. I'll get the inhibitors.
Now we're going back to get the inhibitors. That's nice. Granted, we could just go without the inhibitors, but it'd be really risky considering that's the only thing that's kind of maintaining the viruses on all of us. Because without those inhibitor treatments, then we are kind of screwed at that point. Hey, Lark. Oh, another Titan. Another one. Oh man. I like this guy.
Today our country trembles, torn by war with an enemy the likes of which we have never seen. The May sky before me chokes on clouds of dust, the smell of death drifting from the rubble that was once the city of brotherly love. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, today truly is the blackest day in our great nation's history. By now you've heard the klaxons blaring through every school, hospital, and protection camp in the country. You've heard reports of the giant monoliths hanging over our shores and cities. If anyone in these affected areas are listening to this broadcast, I implore you please gather your loved ones and evacuate immediately. And for the rest of you, this is the only solace I can offer.
Oh, that's nice. Give me 1950s music. Alright. Got it.
I've got the inhibitors.
Roger that, Lieutenant. Now evac as quick as you can. The whole building's starting to cave in.
Okay.
Sir, Echo 5 just squawked in on one of our emergency channels. Put him through. Corporal, what's your status?
Still here, Major. I got a 20 on the ship you just winged. She's about 10 clicks north of the base. I'm trailing her with a couple of ground teams.
Good work, Corporal. Squawk in with the location. We'll have heavy artillery on standby.
Yeah, that worked.
Hale, get out of there. The base is coming apart.
I'm trying to leave. Oh. Ah. I almost killed myself with my own grenade. Getting close.
Warner, what's the status of the battleship?
TACOM's plotting its trajectory based on Capelli's intel. We should have a location within the hour.
Good. Scramble ground-aware missile units. We'll need to bring that ship down.
Copy that. We're sending a VTOL to your position. Sir, Victor 20 on approach. Just step back from... Holy shit! Break off! Break off!
Boss fight. Yeah, let's go up against the Kraken here. Ooh. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where did he go? Oh, so much damage. Come on, gotta be close. What's wrong, cat? Hey, it's dead.
Lieutenant, we have orders to take you north. There's a ground convoy waiting to take us into Grey territory.
Good, let's move.
Woof. And that's the end of chapter 1. Oh my god. Ugh.
Echo 1 to command. Proceeding through Grey territory. Still no visual on the target. I've located Oscar Company. No survivors on site.
Roger, Echo 1. You're 8 clicks from the target. Proceed on Rock Whiskey.
Victor 1, what's the holdup?
Just some debris in the road, sir. Clearing it now.
Negative, Victor 1. Push through. Do you copy? I said keep moving!
It's an ambush. Oh, snap. Alright, so leading right into chapter 2, but oh my god. I'm actually starting to get tired already. It's been a long day for me. I think I'm gonna actually call it a little bit early. That's fine. I mean, it's been roughly about an hour and a half. Okay. Not too bad. I mean, the prologue was pretty short. It was like maybe about like 10 minutes, I guess, and it's about like another, probably about another half hour for the first chapter. Okay. Alright. I know I'm kind of a little early, but honestly, I'm starting to get tired. Besides, I'm trying to split up this streaming sessions for next couple of weeks, really. Since I'm going to mostly be off from work anyway. Yeah, so I'll pick this up again pretty soon, maybe closer to the end of the week. We could try to go for about 2 or 3 chapters, who knows. Alright guys, this is Dumbhunter XYZ, and until next time.